All right. All right. Great morning. Great morning. I tried to do this Facebook Live earlier today. We was out walking. I was trying to walk and do the live at the same time. Had bad reception. It kept phasing in and phasing out. And so let me try it in a little bit more of a controlled environment. All right. I'm going to give you all a couple of moments to come on. Had a nice walk today. I think it was 3.6 miles, over 3 miles, getting ready for the 5K walks that will be coming up here shortly when this COVID-19 stuff is over. All right, I want to give you all a couple of seconds to come on. I want to talk to you today about being the salt and being the light in times like these. All right, so when you come on, would you give me a 1 if you're watching this live, or give me a 2 if you're watching the replay? 1 for live, 2 for replay. We're going to get started here in a couple of seconds. It's a beautiful day here in Cincinnati. The sun is shining. The temperature is nice for walking, not too cold, not too hot. We were observing social distancing. Wasn't a lot of people out walking in our path. Had a good time. It's good for your mind, good for my mind to just get out and walk. All right, let's get into it. So I don't have the scripture in front of me, but I'm familiar with Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16 talks about being the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Now, we're not going to get into any deep exegesis, word studies, and all that kind of stuff. I think we can all agree that salt has a positive impact in the midst of decay, and light has a positive impact in the midst of darkness. When you think about the situation that we find ourselves in today, we have COVID-19 going on, and who knows what we'll have going on this time next year and the year after that. I think we will always be able to find something that looks like decay and darkness. Dexter Parker, my high school bud, good to see you, man. Donald Joseph Whittle, good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I think we could easily find something that looks like decay, something that looks like darkness. The question is, are we being the salt in the midst of decay? Or are we adding to the decay with negative attitudes and failure to do the good that we can? I think we'll always be able to find something dark to talk about. The question is, are we being light in the midst of the darkness? Or are we adding to the darkness with dark attitudes, dark behavior? So the question I would imagine becomes, how can I be salt? How can I be light in a time like this? I'm sheltered in place. My money is messed up. Fearful of catching this virus. Fearful that family members, friends would catch the virus. Man, how in the world can I be salt and light in a time like this? Pastor Milton French, thank you for popping in, man. Good to see you. How can I be salt? How can I be light in a time like this? Well, we can start with our attitude. The worst thing you can do in a time like this is allow yourself to become focused on the negative and become negative in your mindset and your attitude. You got to be careful about the thoughts that you labor on, that you think about, that you just waddle in. We cannot keep thoughts from passing through our minds, but we can keep those thoughts from finding a stronghold in our minds. So keep your attitude up. And you could do that by being thankful for what you do have. I'm thankful for our home, our family, everybody in our circle are safe right now. We're thankful for that. And we really believe that this thing is going to pass over. So work on your attitude. That's a way to be salt and light. Another thing you could do is pick up your phone and call somebody. Just let them know, look, I was going through my phone. I just wanted to touch bases with people, make sure everybody's okay. Don't have to be a long conversation. You may not have talked to the person for over a year now. Just go through your phone, find some people, and just reach out and say, hey, I'm just thinking about you, going through my phone. I'm hoping you are okay. You might chit chat a little bit. Might as well, what do you have to lose? Louis Davis from Dayton, Ohio. Good to see you, bro. That's something you could do. We are all on social media. That's how you're watching me now. You can go Facebook Live. You can share a scripture, a poem, or whatever, something positive with the people who are in your circle. You can do that. When this thing is over, and I believe it's going to be over, don't know when, just believe it's going to be over. It's obviously not going to be over by Easter. I wouldn't bet the rent money that May 1, everything goes back to normal. June, July, I hope it's not August, but whenever it's over, it's going to be over. What will you do then? I would urge you to find some organization that you think is doing a great job and find a way to support it. You can volunteer, you can give some money. I can tell you as a nonprofit person who's familiar with nonprofits, they always need money. Every $20, $50 we can get our hand on is helpful. Cameron Donaldson, glad to have you, bro, master musician. So you can volunteer, you can give money. I think this is what I'm driving at. One of these days is going to be our last day, and our loved ones will have hopefully at least a memorial service for us. And there'll be a part in the service where people are asked to give words of comfort and reflections. All right, Champ, I see you. Thank you for coming in. Brother Bester, good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you for coming in. At our homegoing service, that's what we called it when I was coming along. What will people be able to say about you? What did you do between your birthday and your death day? Find a way to be the salt, to be the light, to make a positive impact. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but the little things add up. Angela, good to see you. Johnson, good to see you. Hey, Sister Johnny Mae Harris, thank you for coming in. It doesn't have to be a big thing that you do, but do something. Find a way to be the salt, find a way to be the light, and do it now because tomorrow is not promised. That's really what I want to share with you. I'm thankful for the ways in which I'm able to help, building a business that allows me to help people get their health, improve their health, help them lose some weight. The business allows people to create an income, which is very important to people. So I think it's a marketplace ministry to help people with their health and their wealth. What is your way of helping people? I know on the earlier live that messed up, they said you can call the elderly and see how they're doing. All right? And so again, I pray and trust that you have gotten something out of our time today. Make sure you're doing something with your life other than just surviving. All right. God bless. Have a great day. Try to encourage somebody.